Lights, cameras, action. Now let's engage in the dialogue. Let me browse through your mind like a catalog. Conscious metaphysics, allow me to break down the specifics. Educate, motivate. If you don't feel free, you can liberate. An LLC is what I'm building, the #1 podcast in the building. So let me slide on up in the Bentley truck in my Versace shirts. They can't get enough of this deep conversation, expansion, elevation. I'll send you a link you can tap in. It ain't quite what I used to do back then. Now I get it on the front and the back end. Multiple money streams keep coming in. Enlighten, empower, evolve. Enlighten, empower, evolve.
Okay.
Just in time, I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved. I know that everyone is doing well and everything is unfolding perfectly. I am excited yet again, and you know why. Because I have an amazing guest today who turns chaos into clarity, provides life and business consulting for coaches and leaders, has been called the Marie Kondo, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, of the mind, taking the thoughts overflowing from brilliant minds and organizing them into a clear path forward that respects neurodiversity. She helps her clients find clarity and confidence in chaos, confusion, and emotionally charged situations. This allows them to take charge of their destiny and bring their visions for the future to life. Allow me to introduce to you, without further ado, Nicole Cruz. How are you doing today, Nicole?
Hi, Lou. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely great. Like I mentioned a few seconds ago, I'm excited. I'm always excited to talk to new people, to engage in a dialogue, usually an empowering, enlightening dialogue. And yes, I am thankful to have you here. I want to extend my sincerest gratitude for you because I believe that time is one of our most precious assets, and for you to spend some of your time in the history of your timeline here on this podcast, I very much appreciate it. Very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. So let's just get right into it. So you specialize in turning chaos into clarity, right? Let's just start with that. So elaborate on that a bit, please.
So imagine someone has a creative mind, maybe more of a right brain mind, maybe a bit of an ADHD mind, and there's all this stuff swimming around in their head.
Right.
And they ramble about it for an hour. And occasionally I'll ask a couple questions. And then by the end, I'm like, okay, so what I heard was bullet, bullet, bullet. And it sounds like you want this all done by this date. So we'd have to have this done by this date, this done by that date, and that's done by that date in order to be on time. And they're like,
right.
Did I just see that? Yes, you just said that. You just said that. So that's one part. But also a lot of times it's anybody in an emotionally charged situation, right? When we're in a terrifying situation, a crisis situation, going through grief, going through a major hardship, that's actually how I honed my skills on myself first, was going through hardships. Thankfully, I was trained in them beforehand, but it's sort of like doing basketball drills and never playing a game. So I honed my skills going through my own stuff. And that made me better at teaching it to others. But in those situations, we all tend to be the same way, right? Thoughts are swimming around. There's a lot of anxiety. And so having someone to, where you can ramble on and then someone asks those questions that help you just kind of get through the fog and see things clearly and come to that centered place where you're like, okay, I know what I need to do now. I know what I want. I know what's happening. I know what I want, and I know what I need to do now.
So would I be correct in saying that, and I think I'm resonate with what you're saying. A lot of times our brains are overactive with the thoughts and things that are going on. We're taking past events, we're taking anticipating future, just whatever's going on in our life, goals, whatever, and you help to sort of make sense of it all and calm down the person with that.
Yes, and there's also a strategy component to it, right? So in some cases, if people have a generally, chaotic mind, creative,
Right.
brilliant, beautiful, but chaotic, and they have to
Right.
function in our structured left brain world, sometimes it is just that component. In a lot of cases, there's a strategy part to it too, because it can be like, okay, so here's all this stuff coming at me, here's all what's going on, here are the obstacles that just popped up in my life, here's the crisis, and now I need to navigate it. And so gaining clarity, but also thinking strategically
Right.
about how to navigate switchy, you know, difficult situations. So my first, my online business started with single parents, right? With moms, and with especially single moms and single parents, and
Right.
helping them figure out, given all the realities of life as a single parent, right? You can't just be like, I'm going to go to the gym, just gonna leave my infant right here, and I'm just gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna like work out for 4 hours because that's what my personal trainer app told me to do. Like, it doesn't work, right? So thinking strategically, like, okay, what's the science behind exercise and nutrition and mindfulness, and how do we take that science and apply it to the realities of the life of a single parent? And so that's how I started, and then it kind of brought into more and more situations as people started reaching out to me because they saw the work I did, and they're like, okay, well, can you help me with this, and can you help me with this other thing, and can you help me with this other thing? And it sort of grew from there.
Wow. And that's amazing, Nicole, that you've taken might I add that it's amazing that you've taken your own experiences and just really developed a skill out of that, out of the adversities that you yourself have encountered. And now you know firsthand what it takes to make this happen, to help people, to gain clarity, to make sense, to slow down a bit, to organize, and it's just amazing. That absolutely amazing. You
Thank you.
also provide life and business consulting for coaches and leaders. Can you give us a little bit of feedback on that? I know that's probably a long story and it's probably a lot of intricate details, but just a little overview on what that entails and how did you um, first start, doing this?
Sure. So that actually also fed into the work I was doing. And what I mentioned about somebody rambling and then me organizing it,
Right.
that is sort of what tends to happen with the coaches and the business leaders I work with. They tend to be neurodivergent. They tend to be more right-brained or creative. And so having me there to take what they're saying and sort like they can outsource that stuff that doesn't come naturally, doesn't feel good to them, that organization, that structure, they can outsource it to me. I can even handle the communications and the facilitating amongst their team, and it helps it to run smoothly. And I came into that because when I was working full time, I was an executive assistant.
Oh,
So
wow.
it sort of came with the territory, and then taking the skills from there, the skills from, coaching fitness and nutrition for people in difficult situations, and my background as an educator. My first career was as a middle and high school teacher for ESL students, which have their own challenges, right? So there's this thread of taking people in environments where they're not supposed to succeed and there are a lot of obstacles, and then strategizing and also working with their individual, like, neuro individuality
Right.
to make things work for them, and not trying to fit them into the box, but molding a box around them, or just getting rid
Wow.
of the box completely.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And when you start to dive into, like you say, like neural, like you mentioned that, like I've spoken with a lot of people that get into the neural pathways and they use different words that are attached to neural, but I know that when you start diving into that, then you're really I like to just use a term, you're really rewiring getting into the rewiring in regard to the mind and the subconscious and the conscious and all that. So that's amazing.
There
And
is
you,
so much, but
oh,
I
go
definitely
ahead.
want to
Sorry.
clarify. No, there is a lot of that. And I definitely want to clarify that when it's beneficial to the individual, we can
Right.
rewire, like to find different ways of coping with their emotions or overcoming trauma. But I definitely don't try to rewire someone just to fit the mold of society. In that
Yes,
case, have them
absolutely.
outsource it to me. I let them be their beautiful selves,
Right.
and I handle that part because that's how my brain naturally functions. I'm relatively balanced left brain, right brain, so I can understand the right brain and then translate it into left brain talk.
Wow. Wow. Yes. Yes. You're balanced is a lot more than I can say for me right now that you're and I think you know what you just said something and just I just want to just say this and it might not be exactly um flowing with your conversation, but just to elaborate on something, I believe that's um a goal that everyone should shoot for is the balancing in the brain, balancing in everything in life. So I just had to just add that to it. But yeah, that's amazing. And you've been called the Marie. Did I say that right? Kondo of the mind.
Yeah, so when I was called that the first time, I had no idea what it was either. But she's this Japanese home organizer, and you might have heard
Okay.
people like, oh,
Feng
if it doesn't
shui.
bring joy, throw it away.
Oh,
Like all of
okay.
that comes from her. So she declutters, she organizes. And so the first time it was actually my coach when I was talking, like, oh, well, this is kind of what I do. And she's like, you're the Marie Kondo of the mind. And it just sort
Wow.
of caught on.
Oh,
But I
I
didn't
like
know
it.
what it
I
was
like it.
either.
Now that I have a
I
little
like it too. Once I looked it up, I looked her up. I was like, yes, that is what I do, actually.
right, right. Yeah, because that makes me when people and I'm being totally honest, when someone throws a name, and not saying you threw it, but when I come across a name, a new name, or someone that I haven't heard of, I always, I mean, why wouldn't you? Nowadays we have it right at our fingertips to just go ahead and Google who that is and get a little clarity. Like whether you remember or not, at least you kind of, you know, you kind of got a little insight as to what they were talking about. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right after we get off of this podcast is look up her name and just, oh, okay, that's who that is. Yes. So that's amazing. So yes. So when you work with clients, how does does the process work? Do they reach out to you online on your website, or do you have a physical place that they come in and see you? I mean, how does the process even start?
I mostly work online. I'm open to in person, but I mean, everyone's scattered all over the world and everyone's
Right,
busy. So usually it ends up being online. And the easiest way to reach me is through Facebook Messenger,
right.
or you could I'll give my work number. I mean, texting me is the easiest way. That's how I
Right.
prefer. I mean, I have a website. I rarely refer people to it. It's just
Okay.
much this day of social media. That's the easiest way. So if people look up Nicole Tiffany Cruz, Tiffany is my middle name, Nicole Tiffany Cruz on Facebook, and I can send you the profile link if you want to include it in the show notes. Messaging me
Yes,
is the
absolutely.
easiest way to get me quickly. Or you can text me at 631-836-9016. And if you're not in the US, that's a +1 country code.
Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, you know what? That I usually share my website. I do, but now that you say it, I interact more with the social media. You know, than I do my website. Like I can't remember the last time that I actually logged in, even into my own website, except for when people place orders because I sell T-shirts as well with like positive quotes on them.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so yeah, that's amazing. So is there anything else do you have coming up um, that you would like to to share? Is there any workshops or just anything that you want to share?
I'm not sure how quickly this will be published, so it might be
Okay.
a bit last minute for people, but
Okay.
if you're listening to this before December 12th, my first ever U 2.0 retreat is December 12th through 17th, and I'm making it personal. I'm having it right here in Rockaway Beach, New York City, in my neighborhood at a hotel, a beautiful 4-star hotel 2 blocks down the street. I'm really excited. I've never run a retreat before, and this
Wow.
opportunity came up out of nowhere. And yeah, I mean, we have people flying in from all around the country, which I wasn't expecting the first time around. So I'm really excited for it. And if anybody is local or can schedule a flight immediately, um, join us, please. Reach out to me so I can give all the details and get you registered, set up flights, give you the times to arrive and all that stuff. And I'll make sure you're taken care of.
So yes, it'll definitely be posted before, way before the 12th. I'm about to be traveling here in 2 days, so I'm going to make sure that this is up tomorrow. By
Oh,
tomorrow, it'll be edited and up before I leave. So I won't leave any shows that I have recorded. I'm going to put a couple up today, and then tomorrow I'll have your show up, and that should conclude. I might have one more, but yeah, you'll definitely be up by tomorrow. So just a little bit about the retreat. What all are you going to do there?
oh my goodness. So a big part of this retreat is, and it's all about connecting, rejuvenating, changing your state, raising your vibration. And then from that state that we normally can't access in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, we're going to plan our next chapters. And this is New York City. So we're gonna, I mean, on the beach in New York City, we're gonna spend time on the beach. It's cold with coats on. We're not gonna be swimming, guys. Unless that's your thing.
No polar bear swim, no
I
polar
mean,
swim.
if people want to, but it's not mandatory.
Right,
By all
right,
means, jump in. I will probably not join you, but
right,
we'll be seeing New York City. We'll be doing all that stuff, but with an intense mindfulness
right,
perspective shift. They're gonna it's I'm really excited because every aspect of it was crafted very mindfully. So even though on the surface it seems whimsical, relaxing, fun, there is depth to it, and it's set
right.
up just naturally without you having to work, without it being like a classroom type environment. Just change your perspective, change your state so that you naturally gain that clarity and figure out exactly how you want to move forward into your next chapters.
Right. And see, I've never been part of what is this again?
Treat.
A retreat. Yeah, it just slipped my mind. I was thinking about how I was going to say it, and I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, I've never been part of a retreat, thrown a retreat, but I do know this: as soon as you mention the word beach, that's it. That's all. That's all that sells me right there. It doesn't matter cold, hot. That's just therapeutic. I already know. Just starting out there, right there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the attendees will have ocean views from their rooms, and if not,
Right,
they'll have a view of the bay. We're this tiny little peninsula, so
right,
you're wherever you are, you're 1 block from the ocean on one side and 1 block from the bay on the other side. And if you
right.
look beyond the bay in the distance, you have the Manhattan skyline. It's just
Oh wow.
I don't know why, like, this is like a hidden gem. I don't know why everyone isn't obsessed with it like I am, but I'm glad they're not, because they're gonna be
Yes, yes.
disappointed.
Keep it quaint. Keep it exclusive. Yes, but yeah, but I have millions of viewers, so now it's going to be a crowded place now.
Now it's going to be all out there. Well, I
Yeah,
hope some of them come join us. It's going to be an experience. I'm excited for it.
sounds
I'm
amazing.
mostly excited because I get to be there myself.
Wow, sounds amazing. And people can find out about that through just uh what you shared, your Facebook and your number.
Yeah, just if you message me the word retreat, I'll send you the information. That I do have a website up, but it's one of those long and annoying URLs. So just
Right.
message me the word retreat and I'll send the link with all the details and help you get registered and set up.
Yes. So again, that's on Facebook, Nicole Tiffany Cruz. And anyone interested in this retreat, sounds amazing. Send her the message retreat, and she'll give you that information. Yeah, thank you very much, Nicole, for sharing with us a bit, about your gifts, your passions, your expertise. Is there anything that you would like to last words you'd like to say in closing?
Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to interacting with whoever wants to reach out. I mean, I love having conversations with people.
Right.
So it's not like as soon as you message me, it's going to be, a sales call and I'm going to take you through those standard questions. Like, I like chatting with people, and if I'm not the right person, I have a vast network and I'm happy to point you in the direction of somebody who could really meet your needs. Um, so feel free to connect. I have free events all the time that I advertise on my page. Tonight we're having a Zoom call to discuss healing from healing after realizing that you no longer believe the religion you grew up with.
Wow.
Which for people, it's a transition, and for some people it's empowering, for some people it's traumatic, but we're going to discuss that. So feel free to jump into the conversations on my page. Don't be shy about friending me, but just send me a message letting me know why you're friending me, because you know how the internet is
Right.
these days.
Right.
um
Right.
Page full of positive people who have depth, and I really enjoy the conversations we have there. It's not surface level stuff you find everywhere else on the internet. It's quality. The people who join in tend to be really insightful. I enjoy it, so I'd love to welcome any of you in who resonate with that.
Wow. You heard it from her first, Nicole Tiffany Cruz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Tiffany. I appreciate you coming on today. And I have to add, like you said, tell me why you're, friending me. And I have to add that I believe I sent you a friend request, and I basically sent you information with interest of having you on, my podcast. And I'm glad that you decided to, come, that this was something, worth your time. And I appreciate it very much, because I am very serious, but at the same time, this is fun for me to talk to people and just gain knowledge and different perspectives from people from all over the world. And I've been so fortunate to do that. I mean, with this technology, it's just amazing. And, I talk about it all the time, but it's just amazing that I've met people from just all over the world. And we're talking like as if we're right in the same room. And it's just, I can't, I never get tired of that. So thank you very much. And thank you
Thank you.
everyone for watching.
Yeah, I feel you. Thank you so much. I feel your passion through the internet. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, yes. Yes, I have a I don't, you get me started. Yeah, but this is part of who I am. This isn't just something, and I think you can feel it. It's not just something for me to try to gain notoriety and, oh, this and that. It's who I am. It's adding it's enhancing my experience in life and feeding my mind and my soul to engage and sharpening, sharpening me. And just, I love it. I just love it. And whether I have one viewer or 1,000 or whatever, I'm not going to stop doing it until, I'm called to do something else. And my intuition says do something else. But right now it's here. So thank you very much again. You can never express too much gratitude, everyone. I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful for you all that are tuning in, whether on YouTube, whether on any of the audible, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, platforms only. Just thank you very much. And yeah, be sure to get me whatever links, I think you sent me all your links, or whatever links you wanted me to incorporate in the description. But if there's any more, be sure to message them over to me, Nicole, and I'll make sure that they're in the description, so people can just go down and click on it.
Yeah,
So
sounds good.
yeah, thank you everyone again. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolve. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, leave comments, share. Please share it so we can help grow the platform and get this information out there more. Thank you, everyone. Enlightened, Empowered, Evolve. Oh, and yes, and be sure to check out my website at 333empower.com. See you soon. Love and appreciation, everyone.